Orlando Bloom finally breaks his silence on Johnny Depp's potential return to Pirates of the Caribbean, and we've got the exclusive clip. Should Johnny Depp make his comeback to Pirates? Orlando Bloom got hit with this exact question at Fan Expo Chicago when asked about the Pirates franchise. His response about working with Johnny again? It might reveal some serious insider insight. Let me break down what Orlando actually said. Plus, I want to revisit what producer Jerry Bruckheimer dropped earlier, because he's had direct conversations with Johnny Depp about why he thinks Johnny would actually consider it. For those who forgot, Johnny Depp famously declared he wouldn't return for 200 million and 200 million alpacas. That's how deeply Disney's betrayal cut him back then. But here's the thing. Time heals even the deepest wounds. Johnny's officially back in action. He's locked in for a new flick called Day Drinker, alongside Penelope Cruz through Lionsgate. It's incredible seeing him back on set doing what he does best. Plus, he's directing his own project and has multiple films lined up. This Johnny Depp renaissance is exactly what we've been waiting for. But the real question remains, do we actually want him back for Pirates? Let's dive into what Orlando revealed. Now check this out, Orlando's response about returning to Pirates. Fair warning, the audio quality isn't perfect, but you'll definitely catch the important parts.
Disney called tomorrow and said, we got one more adventure that we want to tell with Will Turner. What would you say? And is there anything left for that you would want to explore the character?
I mean, listen, of course, I think, it's I feel like what we got to do at the time that we got to make those movies, and Rings as well, is they stand the test of time in a way, because they're specific to an era of filmmaking. And of course, who wouldn't do that if the script's amazing? I think the thing that they probably want to try and do, and they're thinking of doing, is how to do it. Do you bring in a female leading character that replicates Jack in some way?
Which they did try to do. Margot Robbie was apparently on board to try to do some sort of female Pirates of the Caribbean, which nobody seems to actually want. No disrespect to Margot Robbie, but it's if you're going to bring back Pirates of the Caribbean, make a new Pirates movie that has nothing to do with Jack Sparrow. That's just not what the fans seem to want. And Orlando is about to say this.
Or do I think that the jury's out on how to do it again. But if it was right, it's always, everything is in the writing, right? Everything is on the page. I think there's definitely, I'm sure there's a way to create something. I would personally love to see everybody back. I think the way to win on that one is to get everybody back, if they can.
Do you notice? I'm sure you do. Even the crowd is finally agreeing. They weren't clapping at the female-led one. And it's see, this is exactly what I was talking about.
That would be a cool thing for the audiences, because I think there's a lot of people enjoy the nostalgia of those movies together, right? I think when you see movies performing in the theaters now, obviously Marvel has dominated that space, which is great. Personally, I want everyone to win, because we want everyone to keep getting to play in the sandbox, and if you guys come out and see movies and the ticket sales work, then you can still make them, right? But so I think my thing is, if the script was great, and ideally it was everybody, it'd be kind of in for a penny, in for a pound, that would be cool. But yeah, as yet I've not seen anything or heard, so we'll see.
So we'll see. But he's in, but he wants everybody there. Everybody's back. I'm there now. Keira Knightley has previously said she was done. She called the movies torture to do, just so they are. These big blockbusters are really tough. And as I previously told you, Johnny notoriously wants a 200 million alpacas and still wouldn't do it. But time has a way, as we've said. Would he? And should he come back is the question, is this a good move for him? I've always thought this would be the best revenge, to be able to come back and have Disney sort of apologize in a way and bring him back to that world would be amazing. But as Depp has pointed out, and he's right, the amount of betrayal that was there, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. There was a deep and distinct sense of feeling betrayed by the people that I worked hard for. People that I delivered a character to that they initially despised. But I stuck to my guns with the character, and it seemed to work. It did. They made a ton of money off of Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow became he was Pirates of the Caribbean. No disrespect to Will Turner and, Elizabeth Swann. But this movie was always about Johnny Depp, and he definitely outshined. And that's why it was an ensemble, of course, no disrespect, but Jack Sparrow made it the IP and the trilogy, or I guess quadrillion. What's 5 movies? It made that what it is. So yeah, it was 300 million and a million alpacas. He still wouldn't do it. Now, do you think he would change his mind? Should he change his mind? Now, Orlando was also asked about Johnny because while he didn't sort of mention Johnny there, he does mention Johnny here. Or talking about Gore Verbinski, the director, who I think also should come back if they're going to do it right.
Really threw everything at it. Obviously, Johnny was doing Johnny's Captain Jack. I was initially kind of worried actually because when I read the script, Will was very heroic in his dynamic with, Elizabeth and stuff and everything. And the way that Johnny was written was sort of like a heroic sort of pirate too. And I was like, how's this gonna work? Because I can't get the girl, this stuff. But of course then Johnny came in and crushed it with this whole Jerry Sparrow. And I was on a plane with Jerry and one time flying to a location and I was like, God, I really want to imitate him with the arms at the end. So I got that. It was cool. But I think, Pirates was a very different animal, completely different.
It's just nice to see people now finally not afraid to say that. The reason I spotlight that is because for a period there, people were terrified. Even bring up Johnny. They were just worried. He's a career poison. Now I can't have anything to do with it. I knew a celebrity contact filmmaker who, just completely sort of seemingly ghosted. And I even reached out to try to hey, you want to come defend Johnny? Crickets. Crickets during the time. Thankfully then Johnny won. And everything has happened to the way it is. And Johnny's slowly coming back. But would Johnny do it? The only sign we have so far is this quote from Jerry Bruckheimer, who says he has spoken to Johnny about returning to Pirates. And he does think he would do it with one caveat. And it's not a Packers. He says the Depp is open to the possibility of reprising the role. If he likes the way the part's written, I think he would do it. It's all about what's on the page, as we all know. Yeah, I think ultimately it is what it is. Previously, he said yes, they are rebooting it. But if it was up for me, he would be in it as in Johnny. I love him. He's a good friend. He's an amazing artist. And he's unique. Look, he created Jack Sparrow. That was not on the page. That was him doing a little pet bale of Pew and Keith Richards. That was his interpretation of Jack Sparrow. Bruckheimer says, though, they're still not having a locked script yet. We want to make it. We're working on a screenplay. We just got to get the right screenplay. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're close. And then they talked about cracking one a while back. But that's where Pirates currently lands. There's no talk, and I've reached out and tried to get some sources of my own. And it does sound like there's nothing on deck to happen anytime soon. But does that mean they're not trying to, figure out a way to make a deal? It sounds like it's open. It sounds like everybody's kind of open. Unclear about Keira Knightley. But I think if everybody else came back and the script was good, those are big, big gifts. I think that could return the right to them. And I think at this point, hopefully time heals wounds. And hopefully Disney's, I know he hates Disney and I get it. But to be able to come back and take a big paycheck from Disney and have that, again, him back would speak so much to his return. And just sort of back to normal. That for me, that seems worth it. But obviously I can't imagine what Johnny's feeling or what he'd want to do. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be an ultimate revenge? Like when to see him back playing Jack Sparrow after all thinking that he would never be able to do it in Disney's betrayals? Or should you tell him to go pound sand? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Hit the bell for alerts. Smash that thumbs up as well.
Yeah.